Hello and welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to answer a very important question. What texture is the sun? Of course there's no actual way to find that out, but Seven Brothers are back again and they've decided that they've canned texture like sun, at least in the fact that this beer allegedly is liquid gold. So very interested to see what this is all about. If you're thinking, I feel like your box of Seven Brothers beers that they sent you is never ending, well, you're kind of right. They sent me some more. This is a brand new one, texture like sun. It is a salted caramel golden ale, I believe. Yeah, salted caramel golden ale at 4.5%. I mean, I'll be honest, it sounds good, doesn't it? It sounds good. One thing that Seven Brothers have been, I say, stand out for in the ones that I've tried so far is making sweeter versions of pales and mid-coloured ales rather than just going in for dark, rich stouts, which I'm a big fan of, I'm not going to lie. So this one, as with all the others, I'm pretty excited to get into. So yeah, let's do it. Here is a quick look at the can. Usual incredible artwork from Seven Brothers. Take a look at that. There we are, right then. It's definitely golden. Not much aroma at a distance. And actually reasonable pour. Visually in the glass, you could almost be convinced that that was a lager just on appearance. It's got a nice amount of carbonation. Maybe just a touch darker though, giving away there's something a bit more flavourful inside. Heads, kind of one finger white head. Not sure how long it's going to stay around, but actually it doesn't appear to be going anywhere. So yeah, pretty straight up on that front. Also very clear, not much haze to it. Right then, aroma time. Oh, that's not quite what I was expecting. I thought it was going to be silly sweet on the nose, to be honest, and it's not hugely potent in the aroma department. Another trait though of Seven Brothers, to be honest, a lot of them keep it reserved in the aroma and then really tickle you silly when it gets to the taste. Tickle you silly. Where do I find these phrases? I'll be honest, it smells like a lightly hopped golden ale. It's not very strong on the nose. There's a bit of a hoppy note in there. There is a slight aroma of something else. Initially, it feels like it might be just a bit of the booze coming through, but only 4.5%. I don't think that's very likely. That is turning into something a bit sweet, but it's not discernibly salted caramel. You can tell there's something else in it, but not really what it is. So rather than laying out on something that's not there, let's just get straight into it. Cheers. Well, well, well. Again, not quite what I was anticipating. I absolutely had this down as being a bit like their honeycomb ale with a slightly different suit, to be honest, which is an incredible beer, by the way. But I thought salted caramel, honeycomb, I was like, well, you know, you dial one thing in, dial another bit out, and you could end up with two kind of different beers. Both would be very good, by the way, as well. But no, this is very different. It's subtle. There's no doubt that this is beer. It's not sickly, super sweet. It's got a really good, solid beer backbone. But actually, I would say it's only just, it almost feels like a bit of a lager hybrid. It's crazy refreshing, but you do get a good load of malt in there, and some hop comes through as well. Not in any huge sways, but it is there. And then, you know what, let's do a proper top to bottom taste first so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. So, initially, slightly sweet, a little bit of carbonation on the front of the tongue. Second phase was a slight bit of bitterness that creeps in, actually. I was going to say sour, but it's not. It's definitely bitterness. But it stays refreshing at the same time, and normally kind of associated with bitter and drying, but this is doing a slightly weird thing. Weird in a abnormal way, not weird in a bad way. It's keeping you refreshed, but also adding a nice hit of bitterness just at the front of the tongue. That carries on. You get a nice big clash of the normal beer malt, I'd say. And then on the swallow, it's where the showpiece is for this beer, I guess. You get a caramel sweetness. There's no doubt about it. You get a caramel sweetness, but it's subtle. It's right deep, just a suggestion, just a hint. I wouldn't be surprised if there's no real caramel in this and it's just caramel malts. I mean, I might be wrong as well. I don't know, it might just be not a lot, but it's that subtle. It's that subtle. And just as you think, oh, this is going to be nice and sweet, there is salt in there. I'm not saying they've added salt to the beer, but yeah, you know, like a goza. I'm not really sure on the pronunciation, to be honest, which is bad for a beer person. But anyway, you know what I mean. I've not really had many of them. But that slightly salty sour, I think there's a bit of that in the back, but it's, yeah, just tickles the back of the tongue a bit. Just kind of go, that's a bit different, but I'm digging it. This is a really refreshing drink. I'll be honest, slightly obscure one to launch in October, if I'm honest. This is a very refreshing drink. This has got summer written all over it, then get not texture like sun, you know. So I'm not sure why they released at the time of the year, but maybe they're hoping for a bit of a late return to form in the weather. I'm drinking that very quickly because it is very drinkable. So let's take a look at the can. Seven Brothers, texture like sun, as I said before, salted caramel, golden ale at 4.5%. Same bits again, texture like sun. This can is 1.98 UK units, 440ml. So a salted caramel ale with an irresistible deep golden amber hue, spicy and floral notes are followed by a highly sessionable body. A touch of sweet salted caramel replaces the traditional bitterness that will keep you coming back for more. Liquid gold. It goes on to say the bit they have on all their cans, which is Seven Brothers Brewing Beer. That's right, each of us look at things a little differently, but one thing we all agree on is brewing great tasting beer. sevenbrothers.com. The T is a 7. Allergens, malted barley, wheat, gluten. Does it give us a full list? It does not, just the drink responsibly stuff and their address, which is in Salford, Manchester. So, there you say it should be spicy and floral, followed by a highly sessionable body. That bit, yes. I mean, you could drink this for a long time and a lot of. I have no doubt of that. I'm not getting a lot of that spicy and floral. However, this is quite cold, and maybe, just maybe, I should have let it warm up a bit. So, what I'm going to do is step away for a minute. We're going to return to this in 5 to 10 minutes. Once it's come a bit up to room temperature, and see, yeah, just see if we can pick out anything else. Catch you in a sec. And as quick as that, about 10 minutes has passed. This is definitely a bit warmer than it was. Has it changed at all? So, aroma-wise, yeah, that's a lot punchier. That aroma that I mentioned initially about being, there's something in there, but I'm not sure what it is. And I originally thought it had to be the salted caramel, it had to be, but at the time it wasn't really suggesting that. And what's happened now is the salted caramel has come through on the aroma, but that is not what I was smelling before. There's a heat, there's something that really tantalises in the nostrils, something a bit stronger. That potential kind of floral spice blend they mentioned on the can. There's something in there. My skills are not good enough to pick out exactly what it is, but there's definitely something there. Right, let's find out on the taste. Cheers again. That's opened up. Ooh, oh, that's so much better. Do not drink this freezing cold. This is infinitely better, a few degrees warmer, and I say better. It wasn't bad to begin with. There's just more. There's more to it. It's got deeper range of flavour. So the big standout bit is actually a huge amount of malt at the back, really biscuity, rounding it out, part of the caramel sensation. That bit is much more prominent, and there is now a bit more flavour in that kind of early mid phase that there wasn't a great deal of before. I still couldn't tell you what it was. Does it match floral and spice? Yeah, I guess, but it's subtle. It's still very subtle. This could change a load as it warms up, to be honest. This might be a weird pale that's actually, well, golden, that's actually better, significantly warmer than you would expect, but there's some toasty notes in there. Some real toasted something. I don't know what it is, but yeah, that is a really good beer. It's not as potently flavoured as some of their others, but that's not always what you want. And as I said, slightly odd that they bring it out in October, because that would be such an incredible height of summer beer, honestly. And as you can tell, it's gone down an absolute treat. So I think we'll leave it there. As always, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like it. If you haven't already, subscribe if you would be so kind, and I'll catch you next time. Cheers.